Hey guys, today's Monday, July the 24th of 2023. And I want to go over the dollar, energy sector, metal sector. So without any further delay, let's get into it. Look at crude oil. Look at that histogram. This one is stronger. We have one, two, three, working on 4 weeks where we're above the mobile band, which is 75.38. So energy is getting a nice little pop. PPS buy signal got triggered on the July the 3rd. And ever since, it's just stepping in, pull back, push higher. So if you want to get in, wait for another little pullback and put your stop. And if it's going to be continuing, it's going to continue pushing higher. I think that target is going to be somewhere around 83-ish. Our Bob already hit its target of 289. Wow. And on the daily, you can see 284. It pierced it and pulled back and is kind of dancing around 285. You can see the histogram. Still on a squeeze play on the weekly, but so far that was it. If it's going to push higher, the next one will be 299. And then from there, it may want to test the highs, which won't be good for us because we're going to be paying it out of our pockets to fill up our vehicles, unless you're rolling around an EV. Natural gas kind of stuttering here on the sides, having a tough time around 270-ish. But however, the squeeze or the pressure is to the upside. So path of least resistance is to the upside. You can see 278. So we have a pivot here, 248. So that's where it is right now. We got PPS buy signals. It's pulling back. So let's see, maybe we can retest that high and test 287. And both time frames squeeze play, although this one triggered positive. So let's see how this week plays out. Heating oil, nice. Look at that. Closed above 268. So it just broke out. This is an official breakout. Can't deny it. It's not a head fake. It's got a couple of weeks, pushing higher. So that's good. Let's go into the gold. See that it's pulled back. And it still looks like it still wants to go down, but gold is trying to fight to go higher. And the daily, we got a PPS sell signal. However, the trend is weak, but still positive in the mobile band. So these are the kind of things I look at in regards to rules trading. And we got some arrows here. So it's kind of mixed. This is where you're like, if you want to go long, you got to wait for a Hekanashi turnaround, PPS buy signal. If you're less risky, then just wait for the Hekanashi to turn positive because it's still positive, but the weekly, it's a little, weaker. So it all depends on how you want to trade it. In regards to some people commenting on WTI, Liberty Wolf, I think it's a buy. If you're waiting for it for a pullback, especially on the daily or on the lower time frames, any little pullbacks, I'll be buy a contract and write it up at least to 83. RBOB is moving faster, but definitely WTI. I'll be keeping an eye on that. Gold, silver, same thing, pulling back. Although silver's a little stronger. It's in a squeeze play now on the weekly, but it has a PPS sell signal on the daily. So let's see if this trend line would hold, which is somewhere around 24.32. See the histogram on the daily is already showing signs of weakness. However, the gold hasn't done that yet, but we'll see tomorrow if we get a blue bar. But the price action candle is indicating already weakness. PPS came in on the 21st, and the PPS now is today, but it all depends on the close, so that could change quick. Copper, man, copper's probably going to be the trade that is going to, when it's going to move, it's going to move, it's going to bring money. What direction is going to go? I got to look at a lot of stuff, but this is the one I probably keep my eye the most on. Just because look at that. Look at that triangle. Let's see this. Will this work? Look at that triangle. And it's just oscillating, like oscillating really tight, really slow. Look at that. Look at that price action. What you got to be careful about is that the trap where they're like, yeah, we're going to push it down. And then boom, they squeeze it right back up. It's like the first move is like the head fake. It depends how you look at it. But sometimes they do that. They bring it up and then they push it even more. So it's like, those are the little nuances you got to see what's going to play out. Is it just going to be a straight rip down, straight rip up, down, bounce right back up and continue up, head fake, push down? We obviously know it's gonna have to decide. There's just so much that it could just be so tight while you shake, the Pepsi-Cola can or the Coke can until that thing explodes really fast. But once that big move happens, if you're a newbie, you don't know, that's where these traps come in. Where you think, oh, I'm going short. That's it. That's the real move. And then they reverse it. Sometimes they reverse it and then they push it down. So it's like an ABC thing. So be careful. But this is the one I'm probably have my eyes on the most. I want to see what's going on. And I would just keep an eye on the weekly. Forget about the daily. It's just chop fest. Platinum. Bounced up, almost kissed this trend line and pulled back. So far, it's weaker. PPS sell signal. Actually, in the daily, looks like it kissed it and then it's pushing. Or kind of weaker, or maybe another attempt, and maybe it could push depending on the dollar. I have a target of 98, so we'll see how that's gonna go. I'm forgetting something. Yeah, palladium. This is platinum. We're gonna do palladium now. I got 7 minutes in already. Trying to do this by 10 minutes. All right, 1185. Oops. Gonna put my marker. We haven't even closed above 1332, 1330. So yeah, it's still weak. It could maybe even push lower. So I'll be cautious. Looks like the pressure's to the downside. And if the dollar continues ripping higher, yeah, that could happen. And it's just enter a squeeze place. So now it's in between 1262 all the way to 1324 in that range. Just look at the dollar real quick. And look at that move from the dollar. PPS buy signal. Retrace, hit the 100% and kiss this Gann fan. So my observations are, can we close above that Gann fan? If we can, and it pulls back and it finds support, then it's going to go 102.86. Somewhere around there. There's a pivot here of 101.92. So anywhere between 101.90 all the way to 102.086. This would be the target if it could close above that Gann fan. If it fails here, then it's going to go down, and then it's probably going to go take out this low, which is 99.50, and get into the 90-ish range, and that's what I'm looking for. Meaning that gold, silver, maybe some of the other metals could push higher. Definitely crude, and crude looks like it's getting a head start. The energy sector, natural gas is kind of stalling here, but this is where ideally I'll start looking for doing an inverse trade in regards to currencies and stuff like that, and the metals. That's my target. Let's look at some levels here real quick. On the dollar, got this nice little pop. Linear regression channel still going down. So yeah, if it could go up anywhere around that, and this is the weekly, so that could be anywhere between that 101.47. But definitely below the 20. So the trend path of least resistance is to the downside. Nothing positive on the weekly. MACD is still negative. It pierced this linear regression channel. This will probably be the best area to go long. Whoever pushes down here, that's 95, 90. That's 95-ish. But so far, it's trying to regain control of 101.89. On the daily, you can see that hit the value area low of 101.17, and it's above it right now. If it could push higher, it could kiss the 20 SMA, which is a 101.67. There's a strong level right here, which is a 102.13. You got the 50, and you got this level right here, which is 102.74. MACD is positive, so yeah, so far is in positive territory in the short term. Yeah, it could probably grind higher. Just keep an eye on the Gann fan if it could close above that. And let's look at levels. So far, we low is 99.59. We already hit this pivot right here of 101.27. If it's going to push higher, I have a target of 101.57, and obviously this high right here, which was last month's low of 101.90. This area right here could be a target. And if it's going to push higher, obviously, yeah, 103. But I think it's probably going to stall around here and then go hit my target of 99. The weekly midpoint is positive, is above 100, so that's good. As long as it could hold 101.07, that's good. And on the weekly for this week, the target to the upside, 101.98. That's the extreme level, 101.58. Now, on the daily, let's see, we just stay above 100, 196. That's good. We already hit our extreme, which is 101.41. So tomorrow, maybe it'll push higher. So yeah, for this week, targets to the upside, 101.58 and 101.98. Now, if it fails here, where we know the Gann fan is up here, targets to the downside would be 100.38. If you feel that weekly midpoint, then obviously the 99.57 and then 99.18 and 98.78. That's for the week to the downside. I think that's it. I don't want to go over any more charts. I'm already 11 minutes. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. And I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, the metals, and the energy sector.